there's one thing that I've learned is nobody puts Kevin in a corner.
Nobody puts Kevin
except for Kevin. Kevin puts himself in a corner.
Yeah,
on a
any
nearly
corner
daily
of any
basis.
room. Yeah,
if there's a corner, Kevin wants to be in that corner.
What are you guys complaining about now?
But nothing.
What?
Tim was saying we should skip a few of the intro clips to the show because we're a bit late. We have some technical problems. And I was saying Kevin has a process.
Man. It's a process.
He does.
Okay. Yeah. He has a process for this morning show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show. It is October 15th. It's Monday. We're starting a brand new, spanking brand new week, and we have our brand new friend Tim back from Japan.
I'm back.
Yay!
I survived the monkeys. They didn't kill me. Came close, but they didn't kill me.
You were really freaked out about the monkeys. You didn't know if the monkeys were going to eat your face or pickpocket you.
And ironically, I was the least freaked out there. Everyone else in my group really freaked out about these monkeys.
Do you think it's because you mentally prepared for the monkeys to attack you?
I think that might have been it.
And you trained your brain to understand the monkeys
would
come at you.
We're getting right into it, Nick. We're getting right into it, all right?
Around.
Me and my friends in Bali, Indonesia, all right? There's this thing called the monkey forest. And I'm like, all right. Sure, you go to this place and they all just happen to be hanging out there. Sounds a bit far-fetched to me. They're not Pokemon. It's not like you know exactly where to find these things.
Well, a lot of people say that monkeys used to be wild animals. And they used to just hang out in the forest all the time. I don't believe it. I've never seen it myself. But the only time I've seen monkeys is when I was in Costa Rica and they just had monkeys in the trees because they couldn't get them out. They were like,
well, so the thing here, we start driving in. We had this like tour guide dude.
Yeah.
We start driving, we pull up, and there's no monkeys on the streets anywhere. And we're like, okay, cool. There's this forest. It's called the monkey forest. I imagine they're in there. We walk in, 3 steps in, hundreds of monkeys. And I'm like, holy shit, they were right. I was not lied to. They're in the trees. They're on the streets in the forest. They're on benches and shit. They're just everywhere.
That's
and
awesome.
then the tour guy looks at it and he, I kid you not, goes, don't look them in the eyes.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to look at a monkey in the eyes or smile at him.
We're like, what the fuck? Like, tell us that before we get out of the car. Not the moment that we're all in awe of these monkeys, looking at them in the eyes, hundreds of them. All right, so we all stop. We're like, oh, he must be playing around. Then we look over. There's this warning sign that was drawn, and man, that drawing looked fucking scary. They gave that monkey some fangs.
But was it a monkey and then a human being looking the monkey in the eyes with a cross that said, "Don't do this"?
It was that. And then there was a follow-up thing that said equal sign. With the monkey.
And it's the monkey eating
And it was the monkey seriously fucking on the dude, like clawing him. So I'm like, all right, this is fucking.
Do you have pictures of these signs?
Yeah, I do. They were on my Instagram.com/TimGettys.
Let's go to that.
I don't know if you can find my story, though.
Can we also check and see if Tim is still verified on Instagram?
Absolutely.
This is day 17 of Tim verification, and we need to check that.
So then we're there with these damn monkeys, and we're like, all right, cool. So then he's like, oh shit, you're serious. Don't make eye contact. I'm like, all right. So we all start dealing with it. There were so many monkeys, and Nick, they were fucking left and right. These little things love to hump, man. They're just going for it. I'm like, all right.
There's a lot of life lessons.
In question?
Oh my god.
Those are some of the monkeys.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? Are they the monkeys in question?
These guys, is this Monkey Village or whatever the fuck it was called?
Yes, the monkey forest.
Okay, and then these are the type of monkey we were looking at.
Yes. So imagine a lot of those little dudes, right?
Yeah, like capuchin.
I'm not kidding. There was thousands of them.
Yeah, no.
So many everywhere.
They fuck. All monkeys do are fuck, eat, and swing. They live the best kind of life.
Because so then another lesson that they told us way too late is don't sit down unless you want the monkeys to climb on you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want the fucking monkey to climb on me. That sounds horrible. We see some dudes sit on a bench, swarmed by monkeys.
That's terrible.
Pick it up in their pockets and shit. And I'm like, holy, this is what we talked about on GOG. This is what I was scared of. And the guy goes, yeah, if you sit down, they're gonna jump on you. And if they don't get something from your pockets, they're gonna get angry. And I'm like, why the fuck are we here?
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
It reminds you of a couple things. I have 2 reactions to this. One, this would never exist in the United States unless it was in Florida. 2,
true.
Valid.
Because Florida, they have weird shit where they're like, let's go pet alligators. Like, no. That doesn't sound like it's a smart idea.
Let's go pet alligators.
But 2, this is why I love world travel. Because you go to these places, and they're like the last bastions of holding people accountable for their own safety, right? You go to this place, and they go, you know you're entering a forest with a bunch of monkeys. If you'd have gotten hurt, they'd have been like this. You went into the monkey forest.
Yeah, dude, that
the
was
monkey
on you.
didn't go into the human forest.
Nope.
You went into the monkey forest.
You went to see him, and you paid for it.
Like, I wanted to go
much.
see sloths when I was in Costa Rica, but it turns out they were just too far away, and we were too lazy to leave the pool. Had I gone to see a sloth, and a sloth had climbed on me, and maybe hurt me, I would be like, that's on me. Because I went to where the sloths live.
Yeah.
Not
you went
the other
to
way
their
around.
home.
Yeah.
To their house.
Joey's over the corner, and she's just been like, what the fuck are you guys talking about right now?
I'm also surprised that you came back not super sunburned.
See,
yeah, how did this even happen?
That's not accurate.
Okay.
It's just being you got this cool tourist shirt.
That's
so
awesome.
hard.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not that bad anymore because it's been like. Well,
Kev, can we go back to his Instagram?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, there you go. Kev, can you get me the one?
I asked him to do lots of things. Oh, that's nice.
It's the peel. See, it doesn't do it justice.
There's definitely.
It was real bad.
It looks like
there it is, right there. Let's go down a
second. Tim just put a lot of glue on his arm.
And I hope that this clip didn't get back to you, but I hope that it kind of did, because when we saw this picture, I said, "What the fuck is Tim thinking with that wife beater? You are going to burn. You are going to burn." I've seen you step out into the sun for 5 seconds with no hat on, and you've peeled. Why would Gia let you go out with exposed arms?
Here's the
she didn't want
answer
you
to that.
in trouble.
Here's the answer to that. It was 150 degrees in some calculation degrees that I've never heard of.
All the more reason to just cover you from head to toe.
It was so hot, dude, and I was lathered in sunscreen. I did the best I could. I did get a little burned, but overall,
no, I'm surprised.
I made it out alive.
I expected you to not be in today because you were in some sort of hyperbolic chamber trying to regrow your skin.
I treated myself right, but dude, you're right about things being nuts in these other countries where it's like they don't give a fuck. There's no safety. I know, just live for the thrill. Kev, this is going to be a weird request, but I don't think it's going to be that hard to find. Go on YouTube and just type in Bali streets. The streets here, Nick, are the Wild West. The Wild East, I should say.
Oh, they don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
No.
They drive these scooters. Thousands of scooters. There's no lanes.
No.
There's just go. There's no stoplights. And the whole time we saw maybe 3 stoplights. And let me tell you what, Nick, they're a suggestion.
Yeah.
Because there'd be a red light, and these bar drivers would just drive at us, and it would just be like, he'd flick his lights and just go. Yeah. So, notice how no one gives a shit.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Why is this guy just driving the wrong way?
No, that's what I'm saying, dude. This is it. This is every single street, every time you're driving. It's not like, oh, this is a random occurrence. Scroll ahead more. Like, can you imagine this?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Look at this.
Yeah.
This is
awesome.
it. And if you're in a car, you just need to drive through this shit.
When I was in Thailand, that's Thailand. When I was in Bangkok, obviously like a little bit more metropolitan of a city. When I went to one of the islands, I rented a scooter with some friends that we made. My wife and I rented a scooter with some friends we made at the resort we were staying at, and they were like, "Let's go out on scooters." And I was like, "We are in flip-flops." And we are.
They are too.
These are scooters. It was raining, and there may or may not have been some alcohol involved. And I was like, this should not be allowed. And people in Thailand were like, we don't fucking care. No, we don't care if you dumb shit tourists kill yourself. We don't give a shit.
Not only do they not give a fuck, they don't give a fuck about them or their families. We saw entire families. Multiple families on these scooters.
They had to
where it would just be like the mom in the front, the dad in the back, and then like 3 kids in the middle.
It's not
on these scooters that were made for one person.
Here's my perspective on it. And people, if you're living in these countries that we're talking about right now, we apologize, but give me your perspective on it. Here's my perspective. It's not that they don't care. It's just that they just are tougher fucking people.
I don't know if it's tougher. They just have a different way of doing things. That they understand the language of the streets.
Well, it's that, Bali. But it's also that they just aren't that worried about like. No, it's not even that. It's that we're really overly sensitive about all that stuff here, and they're just like, who cares? Fuck it. It's not. What's gonna happen? What's the worst that can happen?
That's a perspective.
Somebody falls off and skins an elbow. It's fine.
Yeah.
They're just tougher human beings. Is all I'm saying.
I don't know. I just think that they are trained to understand the streets and driving differently.
They don't give a fuck.
Or they give a fuck. They give too many fucks. They understand how many fucks to give in any given situation.
I would say we give too many fucks, and maybe they don't give enough fucks. But somewhere in the middle is humanity. Let's
give me a second. I'm gonna stand up for our like driving system. I've driven around Italy.
Yeah.
That shit's also insane, and that's not how people should drive.
I've driven around Italy.
Naples, I drove in Naples, and I looked around looking for a stop sign. I saw one stop sign.
That's
and
hilarious.
it was
and again,
also a
suggestion.
Yeah. That being said,
not a rule.
I drove on like the wrong area where cars aren't allowed. I know that sounds really stupid when I say it that way and like really dangerous.
Yeah.
But like there was no indication until I was in the street. That it was a walking street only.
You live your life.
And I got a ticket.
It's better than
automatically.
You got a ticket.
Yeah.
They ticketed you. Tickets don't exist in Bali.
I didn't.
Yeah, they're like we can't. Why
automatic
try?
systems.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it.
Well, you're probably now wanted.
Again,
you're
a suggestion.
I don't know what's going on there. So
now to continue this list of like Bali don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Kev, can you go to YouTube once again and type in Waterbom without the second B?
Okay.
Thank you.
I will say this. I vastly prefer this. What you're describing, the chaos of Bali, or in my experience, Thailand, or in Kev's experience, apparently rural areas of Italy, to the ass backward world of the UK, where they just drive on the fucking wrong side of the street and almost kill every American that's trying to cross. Do you understand this shit? Yeah, this has got to stop. Put the wheel on the other side of the car, drive on the correct side.
See, I was in London a couple weeks ago, and I thought that was scary, and then I saw Bali, and I'm just like,
and you were like, this is a no man's land.
Also, so every street is only one lane.
Yeah, of course.
Just like it only fits like one car.
Yeah.
And they have this whole system where they just understand.
Oh,
they use their horns and they use their lights in a way. Like I was trying to learn and understand what it means. And like I understood eventually it's like light means, hey, I'm going. Honk means you can go.
Yeah.
And it's like you need to communicate with all the cars and scooters around you.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't make sense, man.
Well, when I was in Italy,
it's just for them.
To Kevin's point, first time I went to Italy when I was a kid, I was driving with my grandfather, and he had a little Fiat, and they lived in this they lived in one of those like mountainous towns where there was a castle and there was like they got their water from a well. It was the cutest thing ever, and I wish I could have experienced it as an adult because when I was a kid, I was just a shitty kid that wanted to see Batman. But yeah, you would be riding on these roads that were barely big enough for a car, and there would be two cars that would come, and the system was like if you were going down, I think you just pulled over, and then the ones going up was up. Here. But it was chaos.
Yeah, utter fucking chaos. Bullshit. I was shocked that the entire time we were there, I didn't see an accident. There was no accidents. I'm like, man, these guys know what they're doing. Last day we were there, the van we're in careens into this fucking sign, knocks the sign down, just keeps going. Yeah, I was just like, what
I love this
fuck,
world, man.
Dude?
This is fucking chaos. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
So the one thing that I wanted to do when I was in Bali is go to this water park called Waterbom that I was doing some research on. Apparently, it's one of the best water parks in the world. And so, looking. Yeah, it was fucking great. But Kev, I want you to specifically go to this other video. The third one down. There you go.
I feel like I've seen this on some TV show.
They have this fucking... I saw a TV show which is wild. Like, I need to do this. Right? This thing is like hundreds of feet in the air, right? You get into this door...
Oh, this is terrifying.
It just drops you?
You get in, the door closes.
She's like freaking out.
That's terrifying.
The door closes, there's speakers, it goes 3, 2, 1. The floor drops out from underneath you. Yeah, right. You're in a tube. You fucking go down the slide. There is a loop. There's a fucking loop.
Shut up.
How is this safe?
It's Bali, dude. We just went through this, Joey. Did you not hear the rest of this conversation?
Again, it's one of those things where
there should be some regulation.
No, but I feel like they're doing it right. They're weeding out people. This is their way of weeding out dumb people. Yeah. This is taking the dumb people out of the gene pool.
I want to see the outside.
I want to see like a POV from somebody in there.
Oh, go to the top one, Kev. The top one has a POV.
I don't want a POV. I want an outside shot. I want to see what's happening.
Mr. Yasman 300 in the chat says, just like the Running Man. That is a great reference.
All right, see, watch. He's about to go down. There he goes. And the loop's over there.
What?
This fucking thing? Oh yeah, there was the cloud.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how many people get stuck in that thing.
Now, here's the story, Nick.
Oh no.
All right?
Oh no.
So, we go here. My whole group of friends wants
Does it shoot you out with air, or is it just...
What?
It's just gravity, right? The thing just drops.
Hold on, go back, Kev.
Wait, I want to see this fucking thing.
No, this whatever. That's first person of the drop.
Hold on. There it is.
Yeah, so he's going.
It just drops you. It doesn't shoot you out with air. It just opens.
Yeah, no. The floor falls out from underneath you, Nick.
That's a terrifying thing to happen. I feel like.
It is.
I feel like that's fun.
It was extremely fun. So.
Who got stuck?
Scroll forward just a little bit. Yeah. No, not that much. Yeah, there you go.
Here we go. I want to see what this looks like.
How short this is.
Oh my god. No fucking way would you get me to do this.
I would have like a legit panic attack.
Yeah, I would. This would not be
seems
fun.
Incredible. I would love to do this.
I missed you, Kev. I missed you so much, man. I needed a fucking partner, dude. Because, like, nobody wanted to do this shit. So here's the thing, though. I was with this group, and Alfredo and Jackie were in Bali with us, right? Jackie, thrill seeker. I'm like, you're my partner in crime for all this. Let's fucking go.
Motion
Alfredo.
sickness while sitting down
Absolutely.
playing a video
He
game.
could never do this. So me and Jackie go. We walk up this line. She's in front of me, so she has to go first, okay? There's about... Every water park, at this water park, every attraction, line minimum 20 minutes. You go to this thing, line,
Non-existent.
3 minutes max.
Yeah.
There was
the
like
line is
10 people.
The time
at
it
any
takes
given
you
time.
to climb up the stairs
Pretty
to
much.
get to the ride.
People were not having it. So there was about 10 people in front of us.
Yeah.
We see someone go, see someone else go. Next person about to go is like, nah, and leaves.
And that would be me.
Next person goes. Person after that, nah, leaves. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it was seriously like that.
Yeah.
Then somebody goes and goes down. And like, we don't see them come out the
Oh,
other end.
God. This is my nightmare.
This is like 4 people ahead of us. And I'm like, holy shit. Straight up doesn't come out. And the guy goes, oh, we have to wait a second. And we're like, what's going on? Like, oh, they got stuck on the loop. And I'm like, what? And, like, and then he goes, it's fine, it's fine. And then like he pointed at this thing. And first off, we didn't know there was a loop.
Yeah.
Like, that was the news that there was a loop. He pulls out this diagram that shows what happens. And we're like, holy shit, we thought it was just a straightaway.
That's not how physics works.
And then there's like all these emergency exit doors.
Oh my God.
And he was just like, yeah, the problem is she had too much clothing on.
Yeah.
And they're like,
friction.
so yeah, there's too much friction, so the momentum slowed down. And he's like, but it's fine, like there's doors or whatever. So she got out, totally fine. It was all good. Like,
Dude, that would be hilarious to get stuck midway through.
so then they got out, and they don't let people go, obviously, until they figure this shit out.
I'm so surprised though. They're like, well, the way we have to deal with it is Tim, get in. You're like,
Well,
just
so-
shoot it out the other end.
So this girl gets out, and then the next person goes, and then Jackie goes, and I see her, and I'm like, oh yeah, she survived. This is great. So I go and I stand in this thing. I shit you guys not. I'm fucking standing in here, more scared than I've ever been in my entire
Yeah,
life.
it's terrifying.
I was
love
like, why
this.
the fuck am I
Because you
doing this?
know
I was
it's
like,
unbelievably unsafe.
I was like, I have
You're
to
like,
do this.
this is death.
I was like, I'm here. I got to do this right. Jackie's fine. Cool. I'm standing there. The door fucking closes. My heart is just going nuts. And it goes 3, 2, 1. And then nothing happens.
That would be terrifying.
And I'm standing there. And they're like, cross your arms, cross your legs, and hold it. And I'm just like,
And pray.
and I'm like, why is nothing happening? And I wanted to like look at the guy, but I'm like, no, just stay in case this thing fucking drops.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. The door opens, and the guy goes, oh, hey, it needs to lock. And I'm like, okay. He's like, get out. I'm like, all right. So I get out. He's like, oh, now we're good. And I'm like, oh my God.
God.
This is the worst thing ever. And then I go, and then immediately it drops, and I fucking go. And it was the most intense experience of my life.
I love
but
it.
it was fucking awesome.
Oh, so you went on this thing. You actually did the loop-de-loop.
Oh, yeah. I fucking looped, dude.
That's
I
insane.
survived,
That's
man.
insane.
I did it. It was amazing.
No, I wouldn't do that.
But yeah, no,
No
it
way.
was so
No fucking
fucking
way.
scary.
I would love the idea of it, and then I would get there and be like, nah, see at the bottom.
Oh my God.
There's no fucking way.
Dude.
Absolutely.
The idea, just looking at that thing that closes makes me claustrophobic, and I'd be like, no, I got.
The human body shouldn't go that fast.
I'm fine going
I
fast.
can't tell you how many times they've told me that, Tim.
And well, no, that's not what they tell you, Kevin. They say there's no physical way your body can go that fast, yet it does. Yet it does.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
crazy thing.
That is true.
I want to talk to you more about your trip in a second. Let me do the rigmarole real quick, and then we'll get back to this. Of course, the Kind of Funny Morning Show is brought to you today by 2 amazing sponsors, Simply Safe and Hims. We'll get to those in a little bit. But before we do that, if you're watching this and you've been on this show before and you've seen this, you know what time it is. It's housekeeping time.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
I'm cool. I'm cool. I pretended I heard it.
First up on housekeeping, that's right. It's that time of year. Extra Life is coming up in November, and I couldn't be happier about it because you know what? I love kids. I love big, beautiful kids, and I love to just make money for them. I like to pay for them. I would buy a kid if I could. True story. We would just keep one here.
Just keep one here.
In the
You won't
closet
even
for
let us get
whenever
an
I want.
office dog.
We have an office dog. It's called Portillo,
He's
and
kind
Greg
enough.
does not bring him here enough.
I know, it's upsetting.
Even when I paid him a compliment and said, Joey and I both follow Sausage Dog Central on Instagram, and Portillo was cuter than all those dogs. And Greg went, meh. and just walked away.
I don't think that's what he did.
He said thank you. I appreciate the compliment, but he gave me a shitty look where it was like.
It wasn't the response we were looking for.
It was not the response we're looking for, but. Right now, Joe, people can buy this, right? They can go over and support this. The kindoffunny.com/lshirto also works. Did you know that?
I did. Lshirto. I love it.
I love it.
I love the design of this, by the way, and I really hope we get a few of them in to wear for
yeah, we have to buy
the stream.
We have to do that.
What if they gave them to us? Wouldn't that be cool?
No.
That's not how Teespring works.
But it's for the kids, Joe. The big, beautiful kids.
That's
Either
why
way,
we
go
should
over
pay for it.
to kindoffunny.com/lshirt. Buy one of these Team Kinda Funny Extra Life 2018 shirts. If I see you in this next year, you're getting a gigantic high five from me. Because that's cool. It's like when you see people that have prom shirts on and you're like,
you one of them. You one of them. I was in Japan.
Get it.
And someone had the NSYNC KFL 2 shirt. And I was like, you're
That's-
a fucking true
That's
one
old
right
school.
there. Yeah.
That's old school.
I saw it in my parents' closet this weekend. I was
That's
like,
amazing.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Also, up on our housekeeping, that's cool. Go over, check this out. Also up on housekeeping, in keeping with the tradition, I think we've been knocking it out of the park lately with our Patreon fan mail tiers. True.
Patreon people, you'll get an email from me about last month's stuff. It's coming.
The last month's stuff we did the show with Spider-Man. Prior to that, we did the Cham. This month, we are doing two separate things. One, if you're a Games Patreon fan mail tier, you're going to get some actual notes from Games Daily that Greg's going to sign and send to you, which is crazy. He's kept all of them.
Doodles.
He's insane.
So many
So you're going to get a lot of
Superman
Superman posts. But in honor of Halloween this month, on patreon.com/kindafunny, if you're backing us on the fan mail tier, you're going to get a signed movie frame from our Ghostbusters movie.
I'm so upset that I missed this
It's so
by like
good.
3 days.
Yeah.
I saw you guys doing the
There it
photo
is
shoot. I'm
right
like,
there.
this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
It's
Couldn't
so
wait for
good.
I have a costume.
It's so good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that came out so much better than I ever expected
know.
it would.
It's so
like
good.
when Nick said, "Hey, let's shoot in the studio because we'll have better lighting." My response was like, "No, he won't. The lighting's gonna be all fucked
Now,
up." He
I
was
had a
totally
vision for
right.
this.
He was right. I was wrong.
It's possible.
I can admit that.
Yeah, it's okay. You're a bigger man for it. You're a bigger man for it. Now,
As emphasized by this picture. I love it.
I also want to point out Kevin is floating and is an ethereal body. I cut him off right at the tum-tum level. And there
God,
it is.
this is good.
It's so.
It's not bad, right?
It's so good.
It's not bad. So if you guys want to go, if you're backing us at the fan mail too, you're gonna get that exclusive. My inspiration for this was, did you ever go to like one of those Hollywood places when you lived in LA and you buy and they'd have the movie stills that were just clearly printed out
They
on
have one
glossy,
right in downtown Disney.
and then people would sign them? That's what this is. There you
It
go.
looks.
Also,
it looks really good.
I want to give a special shout out to myself for putting the ghost in the D.
I was just wondering.
Oh shit,
was
that's
you.
good.
Isn't that dope?
You did a good job.
Yeah. If it wasn't trademark infringement, we put that on a shirt. All right. Go over to patreon.com/kindafunny. Back us the fan mail too. You get one of those next month. Before we go into probably more of Tim's stories, because I want to hear about Tokyo Disney as well. Tokyo. Quick tip reminder, Kevin, tip me.
Give me your
Just a tip.
fucking
Damn it, I fucked it up. I'm sorry. I can't tell if they heard that or not.
Oh, they can hear it. I'm shocked you guys can't. Blown
I'm
away.
shocked too. Are you shocked?
I'm fucking utterly shocked. We couldn't hear it.
God. If you guys want to tip us at the $5 or above level, we will of course read that. We will also take tips, or cheers, excuse me, at the 500 or above level. Orville Cried9 gave us a tip today, $5.69. Pro Maneuver said, I hope this one gets through the B-Walk, aka Big Wall of Kevin. God, I love it so fucking much. I love it so much. Note, this needs sound. Appreciate that. Again, Orville, I appreciate you, but you understand that the more things that you say this clip needs, the less inclined Kevin is to let it pass the Great Wall of Kevin. We also came up with we're calling, what was the thing we called Kevin before? Was it Chewy? No. We called, well, he was our Chewy. What was it?
You randomly just said you're my Chewy.
You are my
And then
Chewy.
you kept saying it.
No, we were talking about Howard Stern, and we called him Baba Booey at
that's right.
first. He's our Baba Booey, and then we called him our Baba Chewy.
I don't think that Tim
So I want
gets
you to
the
understand
reference.
No, he doesn't. But the fact that we call you Baba Chewy brought a smile.
That's
to his
all
face.
I
That's
need.
All that matters. What
You
is
know what?
this?
Fuck it. Let's watch it.
Let's
I'm
watch
gonna watch
Bring it up.
Bring up the sound.
What are you worried about? What are you, fucking coward?
No, I'm saying that we're gonna watch it. I like Orville. He gets extra points.
All right. This better be amazing. Give it to me. Give it to me. Hit me. Poor kid can't figure out how glass works. All right.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
That was good. It was good.
That was worth it. MLN Shenanigans gave us $10 tip and said, hey, Nick and Tim, I quit my terrible job recently. Wanted to say thank you for getting me through the last 3 years. I had an interview at an organization that is helping reunite kids who have been separated from their parents at the border. Wish me luck. Wow.
Good luck.
Good luck with
That's
that.
a really cool job.
That's an awesome job.
Cool job is in like important and needed, not like
Yeah, I was
wish
gonna
we
say,
didn't have to do that.
It sucks that we have to have that job. But I'm glad that you're doing it and reuniting families. That's an important thing. Mr. Straightfire gave us 500 cheers and said, hey, Tim, have you ever thought of doing a bachelor/bachelorette in review at the end of each season with Gia? She did an amazing job hosting the 2 podcasts with the Honeys. So seeing you do a show would be dope. Love you guys.
Nobody would want that. Nobody. Also, the thing is, the Bachelor podcast market is like oversaturated. There's so many people that already do it and do it very, very well.
I will say this, Joe. That gives me a better idea. That the next GBBO that comes out, you and I need to do a review of that motherfucker.
Yes. Great British Bake Off, Kevin, catch up.
No, I got it. I just don't. I'm shocked that he was there.
Because it's hashtag GBBO.
idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Which sucks because in America, they can't call it the Bake Off. They got to call it the Bakey Show, which ruins the hashtag. And it's bullshit, Nabisco. Let them fucking use it.
But it's also not GB, right?
Great British.
Yeah. It's the Great British Baking Show in America.
Oh.
They couldn't, for some reason, use Bake Off because I guess that's a trademark.
Pillsbury.
Is it Pillsbury?
Dude,
yeah. Sorry, Nabisco. I would like to issue an apology to Nabisco. It is not your fault. It is Pillsbury's fucking shill ass bullshit, fucking bad business practices that are ruining Mary Berry and Paul Hollywood and all of these people. Even though Mary Berry's not on the show anymore.
It's tragic.
Do you know that one of my life goals now is to get a handshake from Paul Hollywood? That's all I want.
I feel like
thought that was going to end very differently.
I did too. I really did, and it's fucked up.
And also maybe make out with Mary Berry. Is that what
I thought you were going to say hand job from Mary Berry.
No, she has like a weird arthritic hand. I don't think that would work very well. Kevin A said, here's the clip
Nick
that
somehow makes the bad things I say so much worse so quickly.
It's just an escalation. Oh my God, can we watch this with Tim right now?
Yeah.
Let's pull it back up, please. Fuck this show. Let's pull it back up. What?
Did you read the comment?
Is this Kevin Ace's?
Yeah.
Here's a clip that Nick wanted if nobody sent it in, and he gave us that. Also, Tim, what did you think of the Aladdin trailer and Venom? Hold that thought, because I do want to get yours on that. But I want you to watch this with sound.
You hear this, right?
It's the fact that he gets up so fast.
Yeah.
And just like goes on.
It just goes like nothing happened. Nobody saw that. You saw nothing.
Yeah, no, that was good.
It's the best.
The music does help a lot. I saw the clip, just without the music.
No.
But there was a genius out there.
Makes it everything in the words.
Because you thought it was going to do the actual drums, and it starts like it does, but it just fails miserably.
No, that's fantastic.
Ignacio Rojas gave us $5. Oh, actually, before we get to that, what did you think of the Aladdin trailer? And well, Venom you hold, because we're going to do Venom in review.
I'm gonna hold that for this week's Spider-Man in review. Yes. But the Aladdin trailer, you know, I first watched it without sound because I was in a Tokyo train, and it just wasn't going to work. So I had to watch it without sound. I'm like, this is weird. I don't know how I feel about this. Not totally in love with it. Then I rewatched it when I got back to the hotel with sound. I'm like, all right, they're fucking getting me. Because that soundtrack is everything. They're fucking nailing it, and I'm right there with them. Now, here's my problem with the teaser, Nick.
Give it to me.
And my problem that I have with the entire live-action Disney cinematic universe. I just don't like the CG aesthetic they go with.
You don't like the fact that instead of filming in a real desert, they were like, let's just make a CG desert?
It's weird. And like you add that when you with Beauty and the Beast, it was the same thing. Like the soundtrack was so good and there was so much shit about the trailer. I'm like, this is fucking perfect. But then you see the characters and it's like, you know, Lumiere is like weird looking. Like he looks kind of monsterish. And I didn't like that. Yeah, it's a little too gritty and dark. Where I wish that they kind of went with a more cartoony look, because then you look at something like Jungle Book and they fucking nailed it. Like it's a fantastic, like those CG animals look amazing.
That's my thing is Joe's brought up Cinderella. I didn't see Cinderella. I saw Jungle Book reluctantly. I was watching it at my family's house, and I was like, all right, fine, it's on. I watched it. I liked it. I thought it was good. I'm like, oh, this is what these could be.
Yeah.
And I think that you have to reframe your brain in that they're not 100, not really live action movies, especially since the up and coming Lion King movie is it's a physical impossibility for them to make it live action. It's all going to be CG anyway. But it's just it's kind of like you have to reframe your brain. Like this is just a reimagining of the animated movie with some live action elements.
It's a
Will
remake.
Smith.
That's all, which I'm super down for. But
do you think he's going to do Getting Wishy with it? No. That was a joke from last week. And it wasn't good then, and it wasn't good now.
Bless you, Joe. There's someone on Twitter that the moment that Will Smith was announced made a fake leaked thing, and he did that rap, and it was hilarious.
850 IS.
But I think I'm really excited for Aladdin. I think it looks great, and I think Lion King's going to be great too if Jungle Book's any indication. Like look at the cast of Lion King.
Oh,
like,
Lion King, I think, has the best shot of being like the best out of all of these, for sure.
My thing is,
It has Beyonce, so obviously.
It's got
starting
Glover,
off with,
it's got like everyone, right?
Everyone, dude. It has James Earl fucking Jones, baby.
How old is James Earl Jones?
Who cares?
Here's my thing. What we need to do right now is everyone needs to write a bunch of scripts for James Earl Jones movies for the next 40 years, and he needs to just sit down and record the VO for him. Because the man's not going to be with us forever, but he's a fucking national treasure.
But I also feel like he's been like really old for the entirety of my life.
Yup.
He has been. He was old when he did Vader. Like in the 80s, he was 87 years old. So he's got to be, like they must be propping him up with like Muppet strings, but he's still got the voice.
They don't need it. Yeah, they just need his voice. They don't need the problem up at all.
Well, I loved him as he was actually. I like him in live action stuff. He played Admiral Greer and all the Tom Clancy stuff, and he was awesome.
He was in Sandlot too, right?
He was the guy in the Sandlot that was like, "Why didn't you just knock on my door, you fucking dumb shit kids?"
Oh my God, he was.
Yeah. Do you know there's a Sandlot 2?
Of course.
I haven't seen it yet.
You know there's a Lion King 2?
It's actually
there
not that
really?
bad.
It's
Lion
really
King 1.5.
Lion King 2 pretty good. There's also a Lion King 1.5.
I think I like 1.5 better.
False, but cool.
No.
All right.
That can be true for her.
No. There's rules
I
to
didn't
this
say that
shit.
it was better. I said
I feel like
liked it
them
better.
starting with Cinderella was a bad call because we've seen the Cinderella story way too many times,
Right.
And Brandy already killed it. So why would we need this type of
Facts.
reboot? But also, they made a lot of weird choices with that. A lot of the old Disney cartoons, like the old ones, there's a lot missing from the story. A lot, like they need to add some more story elements.
You're
to
talking
make
about the
them,
old so classic element of like Snow White,
Sleeping
or
Beauty,
Cinderella,
Snow White,
yeah.
Cinderella, all those. Like there's always just something kind of lacking.
The big criticism is that you got to bring them up a little bit more in a contemporary like world.
Oh well,
Especially
that
with,
too.
yeah.
But
with Sleeping Beauty, where it's like, I mean, that's the biggest criticism right now. Is like, all right.
I guess they started this. Whatever. We've talked about this Disney stuff a million times. Aladdin. I'm excited for.
I don't know if you remember what this show is about, but this is all the show
I know.
is.
I just like. I was a little let down by the visual look of it. I don't like that they're following what Beauty and the Beast kind of set forth as like the standard for these movies.
Yeah.
But seeing Iago, I got chills. That's fucking awesome. Cave
Iago's
of
the
Wonders
bird.
from the outside, I wasn't thrilled
Not
about.
A lot of people
Impressive.
had that criticism of, they're
From
like, why
the
is it so
inside,
small?
I was down. Like the
Yeah.
inside looked
Yeah.
right to me.
So
The
sparkly.
voice though, nailed it. That looks fucking like it sounded perfect.
It sounded like the voice, right? From the
Yeah,
first
it
one,
really did. And then seeing Aladdin, I'm like, all right, I'm kind of in. See,
Does
like,
he not look exactly like Ismaha?
Ismark should have been.
Yeah.
Should have been Aladdin.
That's what I'm saying.
Because everybody, if you don't know, Danny Shepard, aka Ismahawk, his first video that ever went viral at all was a live-action Aladdin teaser.
There you go.
That looks very similar to this one.
He was before his time.
He
ladies
was.
and gentlemen, before his time. All right, speaking of time, we're getting a little late here in this show. So before we go on, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about Simply Safe. Scroll down. Here's why we're a big fan of Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe is ready for anything that gets thrown at you. If a storm takes out your power, Simply Safe is ready. I want to make a rap to this, by the way, because it sounds like a song. If intruders cut your phone line, Simply Safe is ready. That's right, Tim. Say they destroy your keypad or siren, Simply Safe will still get you the help you need.
Awesome.
Sure, maybe it's overkill. Maybe you don't need to be ready for every worst case scenario, but that's what makes Simply Safe's home security system so great. It is always ready. Always. Wipe them out. Always. Simply Safe could cost an arm and a leg, but it doesn't. Instead, they only charge you what's fair. 24/7 professional security monitoring is just $14.99 a month. There's no contract and no hidden fees. I recommend Simply Safe to everyone I know, and here's why. Because Kevin, we have it in the office, and Kevin set it up in 5 seconds, and now we can spy on Andy. It's fun.
With audio.
With audio. No, it's actually a really cool system. It's very easy to set up. You can log in with your phone, and it's pretty cool. Kevin, do you like it?
I really do.
There you go.
It's a really interesting setup where you just plug in the USB, go on the app, hit that you're setting it up, and it like asks you what Wi-Fi, and then it's like, okay, cool, aim this QR code from your phone to the camera, and then the camera goes, bloop,
Done.
and then it's it.
Yeah. Oh, damn, okay. Right now, if you guys want to check out Simply Safe, you can go to simplysafe.com/morning today. That's simplysafe.com/morning. I'm going to spell it out for you because it's a little weird. simplisafe.com/morning to protect your home and family today. Simplysafe.com/morning. What are you waiting for? Protect your family.
Protect your family.
I'm trying some stuff out. They don't have a thing there, but I'm just trying some stuff
That's
out.
pretty good, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, protect your, what are you waiting for? But I always kind of, anyway, long story short, another illustrious sponsors today. Of course, you've heard us talk about this before. I use this. Hims, a wellness brand for men. I'll save you the glockenspiel. Listen, if you notice that you're going bald, you can do something about it. I did this in my 20s. I wish I had Hims back in my 20s because it would have destigmatized this whole thing and made it so much simpler for me to just do something about my receding hairline and the fact that I might be getting shorter. Right now, Hims.com is a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness, all for men. They connect you with doctors, and it's very, very easy. You go on, you fill out a little form, and they prescribe you a treatment that will benefit you, I guarantee it. These are well-known generic equivalents to name brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. There's no waiting room, no awkward in-person doctor visits. You can save hours by going to forhims.com. I use the finasteride, I use the vitamins, I use the shampoo, and, you know, I gotta say,
things are working out.
not too bad, not too shabby. Looking kind of thick up there. I appreciate that. Right now, my listeners get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or pharmacy. Very true. Go to forhims.com/morning show. That's forhims.com/morning show. Forhims.com/morning show if you want to take advantage of all these great products that they have up there. Joester.
I'm back just in time.
You are back just in time.
Back just in
Do you want to
time.
tell people who the winner is today?
I would love to.
Gravy.
The winner, well, one of the winners today from Patreon is Pig. Well, the game is Pig Eat Ball on Steam, and that's going to Liam Usher.
Yay.
And then T. Houlihan from Twitch won Life is Strange 2 on PS4. Yay!
Yay! All right, we're going to get back to tips in just 1 second. But before we do that, there weren't that many great news stories today, so I do want to take a second to talk to you about what I've been looking forward to catching up with you about this for a while, because I thought the best part of your trip has to be Tokyo Disney.
No, it was not.
It was not?
It was not. No. It was fantastic. Now, to be clear, I didn't go to Tokyo Disney. I went to Tokyo Disney Sea. There's two parks there. There's Disneyland,
huge, right?
And there's Disney Sea.
Did you do the underwater sea ride thing?
Oh yeah, I did all the rides. We destroyed Tokyo Disney Sea. It was fantastic. Not one, not two, but three best friends there said hi, which was fantastic.
I like that.
So shout out to all of you guys. One of them was wearing the NSYNC shirt.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you saw it.
Yeah. Tokyo Disney Sea was really cool. It's port themed. It's ports of the world. A bit more of a grown-up Disney park.
Yeah.
Like it's more adult focused.
You can do heroin there.
You can not do heroin there.
Wow.
Stop
No.
the heroin joke.
But it was interesting because it's technically not ran by Disney. Like it's
Really?
one of the only
I didn't know
parks
that.
that's like it's some weird licensing deal situation going on, which like had its pros and cons. Like I feel like a lot of the stuff was like very Disney quality, but then there's a lot of things that I'm like, you really skimped out on the CG there. Like that would not fly in another Disney park. But yeah, it was super fun. I love all the differences, like all the shows we got to see Fantasmic, and it was like structured the same as the LA one, but like they added a lot of things that were more with the culture over there. So like Stitch is huge. Fucking huge in Japan.
Yeah.
So he had his whole little song and dance, and it was fantastic.
Did it trip you out that everything was in Japanese?
It kind of made things amazing. Going on Indiana Jones.
Did you do the Indiana Jones?
I did Indiana Jones.
How
and
fucking great was that?
It made it just so much more epic hearing like, it was fucking awesome.
It was rad.
So that's cool. There was some translation things. One of the coolest things that they had, actually I would say it is the coolest thing I saw in Tokyo Disney Sea, was there's a show that's the Little Mermaid show. And you go in, everything, like the lights turn off, and when they turn back on, like Sebastian comes out or whatever, and it's under the sea and all that shit. But then when Ariel makes her like entrance, it's the most epic thing ever. These things fall from the sky and like they're just held up with like ropes and shit.
Naturally.
And the scene, the part of your world scene in Little Mermaid where it's like she's in that like
Cavern.
thing, you know what I'm talking about, with all the doodads and whatnots and all that.
Look at that shit.
Gadgets and
Isn't it
gizmos
great?
aplenty. Thank you very much.
I got lots of shit.
I got so much shit.
I got lots of stuff.
So it's like the caverns come down.
Has anyone done that?
And then she comes down from the sky like a mermaid lady, right? And then it's just her on ropes, and they just fly her around the fucking sky for 30 minutes as she sings and shit.
All the blood goes out of her legs, and it doesn't matter.
She's doing all these backflips and stuff. I'm like, this is a really cool way to make it seem like she's swimming.
So you didn't get a chance, did you go on like the tower, the haunted tower? And
We
all
did.
that stuff? Okay.
Yeah, the Tower of Terror
I
there.
thought you guys went to all the lands then, didn't you?
Well, we didn't go to Disneyland in particular.
Okay.
It's kind of like Disneyland and California Adventure.
Yeah, but I thought, okay, because I could have sworn that I went, maybe I never went to the
proper Disneyland.
Maybe I didn't.
Disneyland doesn't have many differences from our Disneyland. They have a Winnie the Pooh ride that we do too here, but like their Winnie the Pooh ride is way better.
Yeah.
So I missed out on that.
What's
I was pretty
newer?
bummed. James Burke, real upset that we didn't do Winnie the Pooh. And hearing him talk about how amazing Winnie the Pooh is, it'll give you life.
Okay.
Because seeing this dude just be like, you missed out on the Pooh, man.
You gotta get the poo.
Gotta get that
If you're not getting the poo, you're not living, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah, Disney Sea was great though.
Okay.
It was a cool experience. The food there was awesome. I love how everything is just curry. Fantastic. There's a fully realized Agrabah.
Okay.
So like
What?
Yeah. From
so
Aladdin.
cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you go in and
I thought
it's
that
just
was
like,
a Japanese word that I didn't know. I was like, did Tim learn Japanese?
No, I did not. So that was super fucking cool. It was a fun experience, man.
All right.
Fun
Did you get to
experience.
meet like Mickey's teddy bear and all those like weird random side characters that they have?
They had a bunch of side characters that I'm like, did not expect to see you here. Scrooge McDuck. So here's the thing. If you're a white,
Scrooge McDuck is not a random side character.
well, in terms of like he's rare.
He's not at Disneyland.
as a Disney
All right,
character.
okay.
He only comes out on certain days. And all
Someone
that
say
shit.
he's the most polarizing Disney character.
Like the Aristocats were there,
Naturally.
and like all that shit, right? But if you're a white person at Tokyo Disneyland, you are targeted. Like you just get like those characters hunt you fucking down.
Yeah, they do.
And when you're in Disneyland in America, it's just like you gotta wait in this fucking line, and it's this whole thing. I don't really give a shit about the characters. It's not my, thing.
Yeah.
But you have to wait in
You
line. all that
realize
stuff.
they're just people who are sweating.
If you're in
suits.
Japan, there's no line system for it. It's like an honor-based system of trying to figure out, like, you need to win their approval for those characters to come to you, unless you're white.
Yeah.
In which case, those things will just fucking push through the crowds, come straight for you. Scrooge McDuck saw me from a mile away, and he's like, I'm fucking taking a selfie with this guy.
That's
He
awesome.
came up, and I wasn't even trying to, but he was pointing at my phone, and he was just like, and I'm like, I guess I have to do it. Can you go to Instagram.com/Tim Gettys?
Yeah.
Let's just keep it
Still
up.
verified, man.
Are you
I am still verified. It's true.
Did Greg get verified yet?
I don't think
Good.
so.
Okay. Well, that's too bad. Or good.
That's
I don't
fine.
know.
Yeah, right there.
there it is right there.
Thank you. Gia tried getting in the picture. I did not crop this picture.
Gia failed.
She just kind of like tried to
just
ruin
didn't.
it.
She just
I
failed.
didn't appreciate that at all. But can you now go to Gia's, Kev? Click on that comment right there. Thank you. Thank you. Scroll down. Her and the Aristocat.
So cute.
All right. The Aristocats are just all over the place. And
That's
that
the
was one of my
cutest- this is
favorite
the
fucking
cutest
things.
picture of
I love it
Gia
so
and
the
much.
cat that I've
ever seen in
It
my
worked
entire
out.
life.
Also, shout out to portrait mode. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
Killing the damn game.
I appreciate the filter that she put on this as well. Yeah, when we went to Tokyo Disney, I went with a bunch of IGN people. We had Charles Onyett with us, and he was super, like, we just looked so out of place that people just wanted to take pictures with us. Also, we were assholes on the Indiana Jones ride, and I think we misrepresented the American culture because
no.
we were not.
What does that mean?
Here's the deal: we were not prepared to hear Japanese words come out of Indiana Jones's mouth.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And when that happened, we all laughed really hard. And everyone on the thing laughed at us laughing because
Yeah.
they were like, stupid Americans.
Yeah.
It just didn't occur to us that was going to happen. We were so wanting to hear, like
Harrison
waiting to hear
Ford. You
Harrison
respect Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. But
Yeah.
I definitely recommend people go.
In terms of segueing from recommending people go places.
Sure.
That design museum that I brought up on the morning show a couple weeks ago, the Digital Labs Design Museum, was the greatest experience I've ever had.
Yeah, you said you were going to go to it, so you ended up
going. I thought we were going to be there 30 minutes. We were there 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It was the fucking craziest thing. It's about 30 different rooms where each room has a different visual experience going on. One will just be like this crazy light show. Another one will be you go in and you like lay on a net and there's just projections all around you, so it makes you feel like you're
Spider-Man.
Feel like Spider-Man. Feel like you're floating in all these like different ass places.
That's cool.
They got so creative that you walk into a room and there's just like these LED crystals everywhere. So you like, and there's mirrors everywhere. So it's like it looks like you're in this icicle land, and they would make different colors go.
Yeah.
And so like the way that they would play with light, you either see your reflection or you don't. And like they would do all this fucking crazy shit. Go back to Gia's Instagram, Kev.
They had a room like that in we went to a museum in Copenhagen that was like a modern art museum, and they had a room like that where you walked in and the door shut. It was all mirrors, and lights would just happen, and you felt like you were floating in like
in a crystal light. So this was like one of the rooms where they were just like projecting the I don't know what the name of that painting is. But you know, do you know what this is, Joe?
Yeah,
the painting,
the, like
style waves.
Tsunami thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was freaking cool.
That's really cool.
But this place was amazing.
Why is she standing like that?
she didn't know. She thought I was taking a picture.
Oh my god, that's the best.
Which is
always tell
my
Gia you're
favorite
taking a
thing.
picture.
I know.
And then always take a video from here on out. When you guys are 90, I want her to still fall for that.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah. So no, but that place was so crazy. I recommend if you're in Japan, it is totally the coolest thing I did there. It was so awesome, and like it is so much better than I expected it to be, because like you see the videos of it and you're like, this looks cool, but it's not gonna look like that in real life. It looks cool in real life. Video and pictures cannot capture how special it is. There's one room you go in and it's like the Lantern Festival thing, like Entangled. But the lights will just change colors. The craziest thing about it is, so like I said, there's like 30 rooms. There's 6 different art pieces that travel throughout the different rooms. So there'll be a song associated with each, like an instrumental song associated with each art piece. And the art piece is like a living thing. So it'll go from room to room and change the experience of that room. So a song will play and you can kind of follow the song to the different things. So every time you go to a room, it's different.
Oh, that's cool.
It was freaking crazy, man. Like, I know I sound nuts. It was awesome.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was like,
So cool.
It sounds really
it was
cool.
just insane.
Did you do the Rainbow Road thing?
We did not.
Aw.
Yeah, no.
I heard it got shut
The week
down,
before
right?
we went to do the Mario Kart tour, it got legally in trouble with Nintendo. It still exists, but you just can't dress up as Mario anymore. Although I did see some Mario Karts going around, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on. There's some shady dealings in Japan.
Well, yeah, Japan, very much law-abiding. So I'm surprised that they
I feel like
allow that to happen to begin with.
we might do a GOG or something at some point where I go more into detail about some of my Japan trips or stuff, or maybe tomorrow on the morning show. I don't know,
talk about it
but I want to say, wasn't expecting this. Shout out to the trains in Japan. They fucking make sense.
Well, they don't
it
have a
is
choice.
the greatest system
yeah.
ever. I don't know why every other city doesn't just be like, you know what, that's how you do it. Let's not fuck around.
It's out of
Let's
sheer
go.
necessity in Japan. They have to get their shit together. They
Dude,
had to get their shit
It
together.
was perfect. It's so perfect.
Did you go at rush hour?
I went at all times of the day, and it was insane.
Did you see the guy that pushes you into the train?
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yeah,
terrifying,
Gina
isn't
got
it?
pushed. It was crazy. Although like our trains here can be equally as packed.
Oh no, I don't mean that. I just mean it was hilarious that like nobody gets offended by a dude in white gloves, just like kind of gently pushes you, just packs you into a train. And everyone's like, oh.
Hey man, you gotta get
fine.
packed.
Let's quickly check back in with tips, and then we can round the show off today because we're approaching 12, and I am nothing if not a man of my word. We are ending the show hour on the dot, if not beforehand. Dan Bird gave us our final tip and said, "Hey guys, tip last week was some mental health stuff about Split. Today I'm just here to cheer everyone on for this week. Enjoy this great quick laugh I scrolled back to find on my Twitter. Sound on." Kevin, did you watch this?
No, but you also missed Ignacio Rojas.
No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. I'll go back to him.
Man.
I'll go back to him.
Real quick, the tweet this kid sent, Dane, broken.
Sorry about that, Dane. Now you've made me talk about Ignacio, and now I guess I have to do this. Ignacio Rojas says, Tim, you know I gotta ask, did you watch Digimon Try on your flight? Don't try me, Gettys. You know how I can be. Look at the old man. Look at what I did to him. How defeated I left him. I think he's referring to me. Also, tell me this doesn't remind you of Kevin, and he gave us some sort of clip or whatever.
I did not watch it yet. I'm sorry. I did let you down.
That's okay. Literally every time I forget to respond to comments on YouTube, he's like, hey, you didn't respond to comments yesterday. And I keep telling him, I'm fucking busy. Okay, I can't be perfect all the time. And he just rubs it in.
I get it, man.
It's hard being in Chile.
Let's see. Does this remind us of Kevin?
What is this?
I don't know, but it.
Let's play it.
So far, no.
Want to play a little game?
Yep.
Yeah. That's Kevin.
100%
Fun fact,
Kevin
that's happened
right there.
before.
You know what? That seems like a really good place to wrap this show.
That does.
That's a great
You want to do a little 3 and 3 or?
Yeah, we can go into sub-only mode real quick. Let's do that. We're going straight. I'm streamlining the show. We can just go straight into sub-only mode now. No one's called me out on it, so I think it's fine. Let's talk to the chat. If you guys have things you want to talk to us about, now is your time. If you're watching the show live, get in the chat right now. Ask us questions. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening to this on iTunes, go over and watch it on YouTube and leave a comment in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Let us know if you've ever been to Japan. Let us know, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it today, but let us know if you watched A Star is Born over the weekend and if you loved it as much as I did, and then you can call Joey a monster for not wanting to see that movie.
Do it.
Oh, damn.
Do it.
Healthy Robot says Digimon Tamers is the best Digimon. I might have to agree with you. Very underrated season, Nick.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what I've heard. Player one known says, "Whoa, Nick, no product in your hair today?" No, there's lots of product in my hair today. It just does what it wants to do, okay? After a certain point, your hair does what it wants to do.
Mr. Yasmin, the owner, says, Tim, are you sad to hear that Selena Gomez had an emotional breakdown and Ariana Grande ended her engagement? I'm definitely sad about Selena Gomez having a breakdown. Could not give a fuck less about Ariana Grande.
The Ariana Grande thing's stupid. Didn't they date for like 6 months and they got engaged?
Not even 6. No.
You're dumb fucks.
No, it's like a month.
Let me explain to you one thing, though. You know who was the second coming of Christ? I saw a picture of fucking Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin together, and I was like, oh my God, put those two together.
Oh my God, what was that, Nick?
It's mixed the DNA, that's what it is. Mix.
I mean, speaking of, I also want to give a shout out to
such a good looking couple.
Speaking of hot, G-Eazy and Halsey, I don't know how the fuck to say her name. God damn, them together is just like, whoo, whoo.
I don't know who you're talking about, but I'll believe you.
You need to follow their Instagrams, Nick.
I was randomly watching, did you watch the show with Ashley Simpson?
Which one?
There's a new reality show with her and her husband.
No, her and Pete once got divorced.
No, they're divorced now, and she's married to some other guy.
I have not watched it.
It was on. Anyway, so sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say two things. One, I feel bad for Ariana Grande. It's been a rough couple
months.
Don't
feel bad for Ariana Grande.
No.
She's fine.
No.
She's probably worth like $500 million. She's good.
Doesn't mean that you can't have a hard life.
She's also 15. She'll get over it.
Her ex-boyfriend just committed suicide. Like all of this stuff.
That's tough. I shouldn't make fun of that.
Stuff.
That's true.
It's hard.
But also getting engaged was like 5 seconds later.
Or an overdose. We'll see.
We'll see.
Second of all, does anybody care that Misha Barton is now going to be on The Hills? Do you guys care about The Hills?
That's a
Misha Barton single-handedly ruined the OC, so she can go fuck herself.
I don't think she ruined the OC.
Her antics ruined that show.
The spoilers for a show that hasn't been on in 15 years. The season that she wasn't on for is the worst OC season.
What you say?
I know.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do
Great
remember
episode.
that. It was real good.
Great episode.
Lexi Gunner says, Tim, did you get any anime gear from Japan? No anime gear, but I did go to Super Potato, which is like the mainstream hot retro video game store there. And I was on a quest to get Pokemon Green, Smash Brothers 64, and Yoshi's Island on the Super Famicom over there. And I was like, those are the only things I'm gonna allow myself to buy retro-wise, or else I'm gonna go too crazy. Found all three, got all three, was very happy about that. But then I went a little overboard.
Of course you did.
Because I saw Final Fantasy X too.
You got it, dude.
The final mission, I'm like, I gotta get that. And then I got Final Fantasy X. And then I saw Prince of Persia on PS2. I'm like, this is unique artwork I've never seen before. I'm gonna buy it. So I did.
Shout out,
and
by
also
the way,
PS2, they ain't retro games.
Shout out to everyone that came out to the meet and greet, by the way. It looks like a ton of people.
Shout out to the meet and greet, man. Awesome. It was fantastic. We had a huge group of white people. It was awesome. And we were there in front of Super Potato that we met.
To be fair, I think there were a few ethnic people in there.
Yeah.
Other than white.
Joke there being, there was not a single Japanese person at the meet and greet.
That's fair.
That was
from Japan.
That was, well, yeah, okay, whatever. But we ended up meeting there. Our group got so big that we had to move out of the streets because we were just blocking people. And we found the one bar that could hold that many people. It was pretty.
That's impressive.
It worked out
the bars are usually pretty small.
And shout out to them; they were fantastic for hosting us. So
there you go.
The Three Monkeys Cafe.
What's up, Andy Cortez? What you doing?
Just watching.
You just hanging out?
I missed you, Andy. You know how many fucking Gundams I saw? And every time it reminded me, I saw the giant Gundam.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was big and lit up.
What?
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, I'm sure we'll get into more of the antics of Japan when you're back on the show tomorrow. I do want to talk about, I'll probably talk about A Star is Born tomorrow unless there's a cool trailer that comes out, in which case we'll just watch that instead because apparently no one cares about A Star is Born except for me. But I love that movie very much. Tim, thanks for joining us. Welcome back. Joey, thank you as always. Andy, she's looking good today, man. You know?
I like your new shoes a lot.
Looking good.
God, I wish they could see.
You know they can. If you go to her cam, you can probably see his lower part of his pelvis.
How does it look?
It looks really great. Thank you.
I can't tell.
All right, everyone. That is the morning show for today. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time, like we are Monday through Friday, every day. It is my blessing and my curse. If you're watching this on YouTube, of course, remember, please leave a comment in the comments below. I will respond to them unless I forget, Ignacio, in which case, that's my beeswax, okay? Not yours. Until then, I love you all. Kevin, please cut the feed.